overall season this year, did you feel like you were more yourself maybe this season than you were last season, first year coming back?
I don't know. I think the last probably 20-25 games was more where I should be as a player. I thought I finished pretty good the year, but overall, a little disappointed in how the year went and everything. But yeah, going to try to build off these last 20-some games and go into the summer, work hard, and come back motivated for a big year next year.
Last season, obviously the end of the year didn't go well for you. Do you feel like this year you were, I know a lot of that was injury, but do you feel like you were more physically prepared this year for the 82 game slate than you were last year?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was more, I think, mentally. I knew what to expect more. Last year, it almost felt like every week something like just little nagging injuries that it's almost like I forgot, what it is to go through an 82 game season, the grind of it. And yeah, I think my body was definitely probably more ready to take the hits this year.
Sean, there were a lot of changes in the room in the second half of the year in particular. How long kind of did it take for the to kind of gel together as a group? So many changes, leadership guys like Bonds.
Yeah, we lost some older guys, some veterans. Big trades, big guys leaving. So yeah, I think there was a change in maybe the image of the way we're built. So yeah, it probably took a little time to all get together on the same page and move forward. But yeah, I think it was tough, but I think we got to look at the big picture here and trust what the organization's looking into.
Yes, and in that vein, Danny, when he fired John, he said that he hopes this was rock bottom, right? And the implication being that this offseason will probably be a time they start to turn a corner, start to add players. How anxious are you to get to that point where this team starts to build again and starts to, the playoffs become the goal when that wasn't really necessarily the case this season?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going into every year trying to win, make the playoffs, and win the last game of the year. So it's it's been tough these last couple of years, but I don't have as many years as there used to be. So I don't want to say that the clock's ticking, but I want to win before I'm done playing, and hopefully we can turn this around quick and get back into contention mode and where this organization deserves to be.
You're now the longest tenured athlete in the city. Is that feat kind of neat for you that you've been here and you've kind of been through ups and downs and you're still in the city that drafted you?
Yeah, it feels great to be here for so long, to have the trust and from the fans, the organization, and everyone's always made me feel welcomed here. So I'm happy to have been here for so long and hopefully finish my career here. So but yeah, I just want to give back and bring back a championship.
Sean, we talked, I think, after the trade deadline, and you mentioned a few minutes ago about leadership in the room and whatnot. Obviously you guys lost guys like Scott and Joel and Morgan and even EJ. And you said that you're kind of interested to see who would maybe step up to take the mantle that was lost when those guys were traded. Did you see anybody, as the final month and a half of the season progressed, that you saw was starting to be a little bit more vocal and step into that role?
Well, I think we saw on the ice anyway, guys like I think I said it last night, Forey and Brinker, their game really took a step forward. Catesy, he's been good all year, but off the ice, I think he's been involved in some leadership group meetings and kind of is embracing that role. And he's more of a quiet guy, but the way he leads by example and gets himself ready for games, practices. there's no, nothing to worry about him. So he can rub off some younger guys the way he goes about his business, and yeah, he's another guy who's, those three, I think they're a big part of our future.
I think in a recent interview you said that you didn't have much of a relationship with John. Is that correct? Is that kind of?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
I guess it related to that. Obviously, the team's going to go through a coaching search here in the off season. What kind of coach does this team need? What sort of attributes do you think would fit with where this team's at right now? And how important is it that as captain you have a solid working relationship with whoever it ends up being?
I think as long as we're, I think we're all in together, pushing in the same direction together. That's, that's the main goal, is to win. We're all in this together, and I just felt at times, I was getting pushed aside. I didn't know the reason, or maybe wouldn't agree with the explanations or whatever was given to me, but whoever the coach is, it doesn't matter. I think we just need to be all in together, and I'm not too worried about the guys that we have. Everyone's bought in, and we have a great group of guys that stick for one another, stick together, and are tight. And as much as this year's been tough, the one thing that I'm proud of, or I can say that's good about this group, is no one's kind of pointed fingers, or guys still played hard for each other and wanted the best out of each other. So that's I think the thing that we need to keep building on moving forward.
I know there was subtraction when John was here. Some guys that have been here eventually were traded or moved on. And did you feel like it was kind of getting close? Like, I know your contract, but do you feel like it was kind of getting close to that, where John was maybe, I'm not trying to say phase you out, but like you felt like you were starting to lose minutes in your role here?
Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, if you look at the minutes and stuff, I think it tells you how I was kind of, maybe being pushed aside, or but that's what I mean. It is what it is. Didn't agree with the way I was getting, pushed aside, but I was just trying to not be a distraction and keep my mouth shut, put in the extra effort to try to, get back to where I should be. A lot of it is on me too. At times I needed to play better. But yeah, it's just it's behind us now. Moving forward, whoever's here, we'll be buying in and doing whatever we can to get back in the winning column and getting back to playoffs.
Did you ever get a?
We talked the other day a little bit about your line with Mitchkov and Konechny. Do you kind of, well, first of all, I guess just maybe your reflection on that line as a unit, and then do you kind of enjoy being the center on a line like that, where you're a little bit more defensive? You have more of the defensive responsibilities with those two guys?
Yeah, I mean they're two exciting players to play with, so it's fun to create some offense. I think there's I wouldn't say it's more fun playing defensive. I want to score goals too. I want to make plays. So I think it's just finding a balance of being on the same page, all three of us. And like I said, we create some chances, but I think we gotta clean up some things defensively and not give up as much. But I think that's something we can work together and be better at.
With regards to John, did you ever get an explanation as to, I guess a clear-cut explanation as to what he didn't like about your game, about your style?
I don't know. I think if you look at the way he wanted us to play, it was fast, speed, quick on pucks. It's maybe not fully my type of game. If you look at my career, I was never the fastest guy, but I still found a way to be first on puck. I think that's maybe the reason. I don't know, honestly. It is what it is.
Sean, this game
One or
alongside
two more?
Matte, how far did you see him come in this first year?
Sorry?
How far have you seen Matte progress in his first year?
Yeah, I think he had a great year overall. He's had some ups, some downs, but worked through them. Always responded well when he was having some struggles, and that's what you want to see out of young guys. It's not an easy league to come in as a 19-year-old, and yeah, he finished strong as well. So it's exciting. We have a special talent here. Just got to make sure we mold him the right way, and he'll be here for a while.
So I'm just curious, with the condensed schedule this year, there's a lot of talk about, the condensed schedule and how it impacted guys in the one and done, flying into the city for one game, flying back home, doing it again a couple days later. With this season coming up with the Olympic break and a little bit more, even more time off, does it change your strategy going into the off season in terms of, preparing for the next season?
Not really. I mean, 82 games is never easy. There's always times where it's more condensed, and then you have more of a relaxed or normal schedule. So it's like that every year. Just depends the time of the year, I guess. So obviously, it's to prepare the right way for those grinds, those seasons, and I'll be doing the same.
Thanks, Sean.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Sean.
Appreciate it.